Are we out? Yeah, we're out. Yes. How are we all doing? So, cloudy skies, man, cloudy skies. It's that time of year, isn't it? What time are we on? 3 o'clock. And it looks like it's 8 o'clock at night. Well, 8 o'clock at night, it's pitch black now, so. But yeah, this is the. I know a lot of people love it, but this is the weather that I don't like. Where it's just like gloomy. But yeah, a little bit later than usual today to train. 3 o'clock. And we're gonna do a day of eating today and show my meals as well. But I just find that on the days when I have my check-ins to do, and if Emma and Charlotte are at home, it's fucking everything's just hard work, man. Everything's just hard work. Everything always takes a lot longer than what it usually does. So yeah, a little bit of a later one today, and slept in this morning, man. I don't know if it's a good thing. It is a good thing. I say I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but it is a good thing. This is the time now where body weight's going up, food's high, PDs are sort of like at the highest they're sort of going to be. So the more sleep we can get, the better. The way I see it, the more sleep we get, the more we're going to grow. But yeah, another thing what I've noticed is, so in prep, like I'll have a rest day. I might have mentioned this before, but in prep I'll have a rest day, and then my weight the following morning after a rest day is usually either the same or slightly up a little bit. And I think that's just from doing less on my rest days. But yeah, so now what I've noticed, now my food's high and now I'm not in prep, now I'm in sort of like, we're getting towards that like if there's a hill, we're climbing up that hill now. Ignore me, I don't even know what I'm fucking talking about. But we're getting towards that sort of like peak off season, peak PD use, peak strength. Like everything's sort of like on its way up or up at the top. Yeah, what time? But yeah, I forgot what we were talking about. There's just too many people on roads, like little kids running around everywhere. But yeah, the more sleep we can get, the better, because at the moment this is where we need to really focus on recovery. Obviously training's on point, like I say, food's high, gear's high. Now all I need to focus on is making sure that I'm recovering. Yeah, so like now what I've noticed, obviously in prep after a rest day my weight usually goes up a little bit, but now what I've noticed is after like the more training days we're doing a row, my weight starts going up and up and up, and then when I have a rest day I drop like a kilo. Well, I say a kilo, I think this morning it was just about half a kilo, 0.6 kg from yesterday morning. I like to track everything daily. It just tells me what's sort of like going on with my body. It just gives me like another little bit of, sometimes it can mean nothing, but sometimes it's just like a digestion thing. But what I put it down to at the moment, my weight dropping, it's like inflammation. And obviously the more I train, the harder I train, the bigger body part I train, the next day my weight does usually shoot up. Like after back and after legs, my weight shoots up quite a bit. If I just do like arms, nothing really happens. Whereas in prep it's sort of like the other way around, like I can have a big back day and my weight can drop sometimes. And yeah, but yeah, now at the moment, the more I train, the harder I train. It's sort of like, obviously it's a build-up of inflammation, like a build-up of water, glycogen, whatever. And then yeah, after a rest day, like we just drop a bit of inflammation. Like I even it is working. I do always find it hard at first, but like I say, in prep, 3 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 1 day off. That's fine, it works. But as I get like in this stage what I'm at now, like that first 3 days in a row of training, it kind of like takes its toll a bit on me. But my body will adapt. My body will adapt. It does. It did last year. Because at first I thought I can't handle this. I need more rest. But yeah, like it does feel like if I'm not careful, if I send it a little bit too much, it does feel like we're sort of like redlining it a little bit with recovery, which we've just got to be careful of. But so far, I'm happy with everything. And so like last year, between 2024 and 2025, like my lowest weights on both preps was like a £20 difference in weight, so I put 20 pounds on. And this year already I've been so much more like let's say productive, just so much more like on it with everything compared to what I was at the end of 2024. So yeah, so I believe we'll make the same progress, if not, like I say, we'll make the same progress, but we've got to make more, man. We've got to make more, because just everything's better, everything's lined up better. I'm on it more. I've got better habits in play. Like my routine's nailed, my recovery's nailed, my training's a lot better. Yeah, and like I was back then, but it's like I always go for, like in the past, like I'm a bit of a sucker for going through a phase with like weaker body parts, and that ends up being the reason why they don't grow. But what I end up doing is I end up almost like trying to find the perfect workout for them. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have done this, thinking like, what does this guy do for his back? Let me see what he does. And then every week you're almost like changing it a little bit. But now the way I'm doing it now is, so the workout is sort of like set in stone in terms of the exercises, or should I say the movement patterns. So like today, obviously we have like a bicep curl first, like in the shortened range, like preacher. Then back, first exercise is a single arm row. Second exercise is a single arm pull down. Then third exercise we do like a double arm chest supported row. Yeah, and so on. But what I'm saying is, for like, I'll always keep that structure in play for now. Now I'll always keep that structure in play, but depending on how it feels one day, if like, as long as I'm doing the same movement pattern, I don't mind doing a different like machine. And it works obviously well if, like, say I train at a different gym or I'm away somewhere, and it just makes sure that I can sort of like keep making progress. Because at the end of the day, your body does not know what machines you're using. All it knows is sort of like stimulus, and if it needs to adapt or not. And if you push it, and if you're pushing that movement pattern, if you're doing a single arm row, if every week you're pushing it that little bit further, whether it's like more reps, heavier weight, or like better quality reps, whatever it might be, as long as you're doing that, it doesn't really matter what the machine is. As long as you go to failure sort of thing, or go like mechanical failure, as I like to call it, where you get to the point where you know you can't do another rep, that's going to happen. That adaptation is going to happen. But yeah, I actually think I got 9 hours sleep last night, man. 9 hours. My problem is, and this has always been a thing ever since I was young, and I don't know if it's because I used to like do stupid shit like stay up all night playing on my PlayStation and that, but I always wake up in the night for a piss. Like, if I wake up in the night for a piss twice, then that's like good for me. That's really good for me. But like at the moment, it can be like 3 times. But in my opinion, as long as it's not keeping me awake, as long as I can go straight back to sleep, I think it becomes a problem, especially when it happens in prep, where you just sort of like wake up for no reason, and then you can't get back to sleep. That's when the struggle is real. When it starts affecting your recovery, really. But yeah, everything's moving good, and weight is creeping up. I think the lowest my weight got to in pounds was about 214 this prep, and then lowest it got to was 214 pounds, which is about 97.5 kilos, I believe. And now I think it's been just over 12 weeks since the show. I think it's been 12, or has it been 10? Might have been, it's been 12 weeks since the show. And if you compare the pictures side by side, to the untrained eye, you can't tell much difference in terms of the condition. And obviously from the back, like I think just a little bit softer from the back and a tiny bit softer from the front. But yeah, now we're sort of like, so if I won a 97.5, and now we're averaging like, I think the average last week was like 107.8. Where it's been as high as 108.5, and I think this morning it was 107.7. So yeah, we're like a good 10 kilo up, which I think in pounds we're about 238, 239. But yeah, we're in a good spot, man. Like when I started working with Cuba last year, it was about this time. It was like the middle of November last year, and recovery was shit. My gear was high-ish. I was running MPP back then, and it was just making me feel nervous, man. And I believe my weight was, and I was eating shit. I'd get to like my second to last meal, and because I won't getting up till like 10. I'd end up eating my first meal religiously every day at like lunchtime. And when you've got 6 meals to get in, it'd get to the point where it'd be like 9 o'clock at night, and I'd be like, right, I've got to get 2 meals in, but I'm fucking knackered because I've hardly slept last night. So I'd end up getting like most nights I'd order like a Nando's, which obviously Emma were fucking buzzing about, that she had Nando's like 3 or 4 times a week. And what I'd do is I'd get Nando's, and I'd sort of like, because the thing about Nando's is this is how I justify it, where like when you look on the app, you can see like what calories are in the I think you can see how much protein, carbs and fats are in the meals as well. So what I'd do is I'd be like, right, I'm going to put my last 2 meals together. But when your last two meals are combined of like 1,500 calories, and you've got like 40 grams of fat in it, and you're having it just before bed, it's not the fucking one, man. You end up going to bed full. It's part of the reason why your sleep ends up being shit, and it just sort of like ends it just like, it's like a vicious cycle. Yeah, that's why I just find prep so much easier than the off season, man. But obviously both are sort of like extremes, and you need to be on it. You need to keep your structure, and obviously the worse you are with your structure, the less disciplined you are, the harder I do think it is, and also the less progress you're going to make. But yeah, like we're at that point now where we're sort of like, I won't say we're getting uncomfortable, but I can just tell like my body needs a lot more rest, and it's demanding more recovery than what it was maybe a few months ago, when I were in prep, where it's like a different type of hard. Yeah, everything's good, everything's moving in the right direction. Yeah, man, it's all fucking good. But yeah, when I started working with Cuba last year, I believe I was about I think I was just below 230, and I was quite a bit fatter than what I am now. And we got to about 244 maybe. Like I said, I were having Nando's. Some nights I'd just order like I'd be getting like a burger or even 2 burgers. And then what I did is I justified it by like making my own chips, and I was like, it's not a bad meal, that the macros are probably similar. But yeah, no, if I have burgers this time, which I ain't been, well, I did it a few times in like the couple of weeks post show, but obviously made them myself and stuck to my macros. But if I have them now, if I feel like I want to put them in now, I am going to stick to my macros. There's no point in me getting fat for no reason, man. I'm just fat for the sake of it. So like I said, for some people now, you might say that like I'm too lean, but compared to where I was, I know that I'm not too lean. Body's in a good spot now. And if I were too lean, I wouldn't be able to sleep for fucking 9 hours a night. I tell you that. But yeah, I reckon. Like obviously, I said I wanted to do the Dubai show. I know people might think, oh, that's fucking. I don't know who you are thinking that you might turn pro at the Dubai show, but we'll fucking see about that. But yeah, so in my mind, it'd be like my fucking my dream to compete at the Dubai show. If we do that, then we've probably got about 4 months left of this growing phase. Like, yeah, about 16, 17 weeks max. And then obviously what we'll probably do is we'll probably do like a 4 or 5 week health phase. My bloods won't be bad, but just give my body that, just give everything that little bit of a rest and like a reset before we start pushing and doing prep, and then that'll give us like, I think I worked out it was like 18 weeks prep. I know I'm ready. I'll know I'll be ready before that. I'll probably be ready in about 12, 13 weeks. But I like to get ready early, and then you can play about with it a little bit, and you can bring that extra little bit of detail. As long as you manage your fatigue, I think it's the best. I think it's the best way of doing it. Because yeah, I don't mind being in prep for a long time, as long as I'm managing my fucking energy levels good. And as long as I've got show dates in mind, because if I'm prepping indefinitely, I'm thinking, oh, if I do this, then I do that. That's when it starts to fuck with me. Because nobody wants to fucking do that, man. But yeah, like I said, that's kind of like what we want to do. But one thing what Cuba said to me is, if we get to February, because obviously it'll be like end of February, the beginning of March, that's when we'd have to start. That's when we'd have to think about, right, we're gonna do the Dubai show. Let's go into a 4 week health phase, blah blah blah. So when it gets to sort of like mid-February, end of February, if I'm still making lots of progress in the gym, if everything's still moving in the right direction, and we've not sort of like hit like a sticking point, and we don't need to do like a rest or a pullback or whatever, then he wants to keep pushing me and keep trying to grow and do a show a bit later on in the year. But we'll see. For me, obviously, like I do want to, like, my goal is to win an overall, even though I've never fucking won an overall. my goal is to win an overall at a pro qualifier next year. But obviously it does sort of like I'd like to do that in Dubai, just because when I went when I prepped Pete and he did the Dubai show, like I just loved how it were running, how everything was. And obviously I'd go and, like, I do plan next year. If Pete's doing that show, then like as soon as we decide that, even if he's not, I'll probably still book 4 weeks over there anyway. and do 4 weeks of prep or whatever phase I'm in over there. Ideally, like I said, ideally in prep, and then ideally compete there. But if not, it is what it is. But I would love to win that overall, even no matter how crazy it fucking seems. But then I do really want to do one of these abroad shows. So if it's not the Dubai show, because like what would be sick is like the Alicante one would be sick. I've been to that. Just overtook a traffic guy, but I don't think we're fast enough. But yeah, the Alicante show would be sick. I've been to that. I've been to watch the Alicante show a few times. I've been to see Rob there, Rob compete there, and I've been another. Have I been 3 times? I've definitely been twice anyway. Yeah, but the Alicante show is sick. The only thing about the Alicante show is there's one really early on in the year, and then there's one really late on. So I think there's one probably coming up soon. I think late November, or mid-November, God knows. But it's just a bit too late in the year for me. Yeah, like ideally I want to compete in that window of like July, August, September. The very, very, very latest would be sort of like October. Like I told Cooper the very latest, the very last show, the very latest show that I'd like to do would be the Italy and Germany shows, and I think they are in. Are they in the? I think the 2 week. Yeah, they are the 2 weeks apart, and they're in September. Then they're the latest ones I'd want to do really. But whichever we do, I do want to sort of like pick it and aim for it, because like I said, there's no worse than thinking you're doing a show and then say, oh, if we win this, or if this happens, then we'll do this show. If this happens, then do this show, because it can be fucking tiring, man. It's more mentally exhausting than anything else. But yeah. Right. How close are we now? Right. 15 minutes away. I'm going to start sipping on pre-workout now. And then I'll see you in the gym. So a little tip for you here, just had a few of my clients pop up with it actually. So like, if you're taking your sets to failure or close to failure, you can't really do that much, you can't really get away with that much volume, especially on something like biceps. because your tendons just can't recover as fast as your fucking muscles can. This is another reason as well why, even though I can do the 15s, last week I got 2 sets of 12 on it. I'm not rushing to go up to 17s yet. I'm finding more ways to be more perfect on the 15s before I go up, just because I know that if I start rushing it and I start going to 17s, even though I can technically do it, I just know that my tendons aren't going to like it, and I'm just going to end up in fucking pain, man. So yeah, we want to get as much out of these reps as we can. Right, last set. Yeah, man. Oh, fuck me. So remember with these as well, no locking out. You want to keep tension on the bicep. Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah, well. Let's go. Yeah, man. Ooh. Really trying to stretch out those lats. Stretch and squeeze. Nice and simple. Fuck yeah. Little rest here again. Fuck, man. 2 rep drop off. Fuck, man. Full stack. Yeah, man. Felt good, that. Sick pull down. Oh, yeah. Perfect. Oh, yeah. Fuck me. Oh. We'll go get on that weight. Fuck, man. That's 1 rep there. Not from last week, from the previous set. Fuck. Smokes about this. Tell you what as well, I don't know, it's just a fucking accumulation of everything. All the growth. But my fucking forearms are pumped to fuck, man. Every day my hands feel bigger. Right, prime row. Oh, let's go. Oh, fuck. Let's go. Fuck, man. Fuck. Oh. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck me. Oh. Right, finish off now. Rear delts. We're going to do one set of these. We're going to do like a rest pause. So as many as we can. 10-second rest. Many as we can again. Let's go. Same again. Let's go. That'll do. That'll fucking do. Oh, yeah. Biceps are pumped to death. Oh. Let's have a look. Here we go. Bad boy session. You know what I've realised on what I've done? Forgot my fucking spoon for the post-workout meal. So, and it's not like we've got cream of rice that we can eat with a fucking debit card or whatever. So, I managed to, you know these for the top, oh they're fucking dusty as fuck, man. You know these that go on the top of like milkshakes? Nick some of these from the gym. There were no one there to fucking ask to borrow a spoon, were there? I couldn't be asked fucking about. So we'll figure it out, we'll have to make do. It is what it is. I'm sure we'll figure it out. Fucking hell, how the fuck have I not brought a spoon, man? What an idiot. Mad. It is what it is. Anyway, let's do a day of eating on the next video. Tomorrow should be a decent day to do it. We've got a push workout. Emma will be at work, Charlotte will be at nursery. So no one will be at home getting in my way. And I'll be able to show you what I eat in a day for those of you that are interested. I'll put the macros and all that shit up as well. Oh, man. How do you get it when it's in corners? Oh, yeah. Squeeze it. But yeah, my guilty pleasure at the moment, what I've been watching on YouTube, yeah, is the fucking Trend Twins. And you know what? I never even thought of it. Like when I seen the name, yeah, back in the, obviously because they've been about a while, I just thought these guys must be muppets. I'm not paying no attention to these guys. And then I seen them training with hers, didn't I? So, let me have a little look, see what they're doing. They train with Lee Priest, and I watched them train with Lee Priest, yeah. And you know what? They're fucking living the dream, them guys. They're living the fucking dream. All they seem like, all they do is fucking take gear by the sounds of it. Train, eat, vlog, and collab with like bodybuilders and whatever. But it seems like they're having a fucking good time anyway. It seems like they're having a good time. So don't judge a book by its cover. Well, kind of do judge a book by its cover, because they are exactly what they fucking say they are. But honestly, man, if you haven't ever watched them, I highly recommend you just like watch a couple of the videos on YouTube. Very entertaining content. But yeah, I enjoy watching it anyway. Right, I'm gonna fucking eat this, aren't we? Hopefully there's a good podcast for me to watch. and then we'll be with you for the day of eating tomorrow. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. And if you've got any questions, either message in the chat, the comments, or drop me a DM on Instagram. Peace out.